and gentlemen, I hope everybody's doing alright. I'm just coming on to quickly show you my completed book folded fairy house and how I've decorated, and I'm also going to show you how I've made these fairies. I did do a tutorial showing how I decorated this, but for some reason, unbeknown to me, it will not have it. It will not load. I'm having my internet speed looked at with a view to upgrading it to see if that makes any difference. But basically what I did was I glued quite a few pieces of chipboard together to make the backing, because my book only had a few pages, and I found that after I'd folded it, I only ended up with the equivalent of half a house rather than it going in a full circle. So I needed to apply it to a back. So I got 3 pieces of chipboard and I glued them together, and I just matte and layered them with black cardstock on the back, and I used some paper on the front. This has come from a paper range with the Whimsical Girls on. I can't remember its name, but it looks like a frame. And then I just coloured the edges of the chipboard with a black Spectrum Noir, just so you couldn't see any of the grey board. And then I literally put loads of hot glue on the back of my book fold and stuck it down in the centre of the board, and then I've decorated it. I've used some really delicate lace that looks like, you know, like leaves and vines or whatever, and I distressed the edges of the pages with walnut stain, Tim Holtz walnut stain. And then if you just look there at the little doors, they're actually gates. They are from Recollections. I had them sent in a rack. And I used 2 tiny brads, which I cut the ends off to make the door handles. And then these 2 fairy ornaments for the fancy gates, stroke doors, are actually just little charms. They had the little loops on, and I just cut the little loops off and I glued them on. I've also got this little dangling ornament here, which is like a little glass globe, which was made by Lynn Kent. And I attached it to a chain, and then I attached it actually to a paper clip and just slid the paper clip in the pages of the book fold. And then I had these bunches of trailing flowers that I had gifted from Mummy Pat, Emily's mum, and I just got the whole bunch and I just glued them down in the centre of the book fold, you know, because you've got like a tiny hole, and then I glued a butterfly on the top. Now I'm just in the process of doing these little fairies, which are on wires, so that they'll look like they're flying and landing on the book fold. So I'm just going to quickly show you how I've done those and finish them off. They are a little fairy die, which looks like this, and it's a Joanna Sheen die, and it's a miniature fairies. Signature dies by Joanna Sheen, and they do cut super lovely. So if you're looking for some nice dies, try the Joanna Sheen website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you how I made them. So I just got some really thin. I'm just going to zoom in slightly. I'm just going to move my camera angle slightly. I do apologise. I'm just going to move it slightly, and then just slightly. There we go. Right, let me just refocus it. Okay, right, so I used some really fine floral wire. Okay, now a lot of people that do book folding do this method. I haven't thought of it, okay, and you see it quite a lot coming out of a book fold with butterflies, flurries and flurries of butterflies. So I've just used that kind of idea that I've seen floating about, and I've die cut some little fairies, and all I've done is literally put a dab of hot glue on the back, like so. And then you just get your wire and you attach it to the back, okay, but you kind of do it and kind of roll it in the glue at the same time, and just roll your wire and then hold it whilst it dries. You're not holding a great weight, so it's nothing hard. Then as your glue starts to dry, press the wire in, and then you've got a wired fairy, if you can see. Okay, and then obviously you can have it as long or as short as you want, and you can have it protruding from your project to make it look like they're floating in midair. Another thing that I'm going to go back and do is I'm going to glitter them up. Okay, so I'm just going to do that with some stickles. Oops, got a bit of a blob there. Let me just sort that out. So you just rub a bit of glitter on. Okay, get rid of the glue strand. Make sure the wings are all bunged up with glitter by giving it a little blow. And then you've got a nice glittered iridescent fairy. It keeps twisting around in my hands. There you go, I don't know if you can see the glitter. And then all you do is really just very basically, you just fold the wire however long you want it. Okay, I'm going to move my camera angle again. And then you just literally slot it in wherever you want it. Okay, like so. And you can just slot it into the folds of the book. There we go, we'll have it there. And they'll just look like they're popping out. So obviously you can have them longer or shorter, and you can just slide them. You don't even really need to glue them unless it's going to be transported. Then I would add just a tiny bit of hot glue to the inside of one of the pages and just like press the wire gently against it. But otherwise that's just about it. So there we go, that is my completed book folded fairy house. I hope you've enjoyed watching me decorate it. I hope it's given you some ideas. You can do these in whatever style you want. Okay, obviously I've gone for the more of a shabby chic style, but you can do them in all sorts of themes. Okay, so go and try it. I'll leave the link below to the original video where I show you the pattern and the folds to complete this fairy book house. Or you can even use the same pattern to make a toadstool. You know, you can use your imagination on these book folds. Some of the patterns can be used for other things, and they don't have to be exactly how you see them. Just let your imagination run wild. Thanks for watching, ladies and gents, and take care and bye for now.